to be Astralis in top form. But today, we've got the first series of matches. The first one we're going to be casting is NaVi versus Cloud9. Unfortunately for Cloud9, they have to play with Valens, a good player, played at a very high level at one point, but not active. He's the coach, and he's stepping in for Golden, who has unfortunately had some health complications. And so they'll have to do their best to make up for that.
Not going to be easy because they are playing versus one of, or some of, the most individually skilled players we've got. One of which is now down. It's Electronic, removed first and foremost from the B bomb site. So it's opened up wide for the taking. Cloud9 going to get themselves into this with the bomb plant on top of it. 3 CTs for the retake through Market, one of which will be Edward over on Cat. So it's not a one-pronged assault, but it is going to be tricky. Got that putting outside from Flaming, trying to close the distance, trying to get up close and personal. Doing a very good job was Cloud9 of trying to deny these engagements, and they've maintained cat control all the while. Sure, they've lost a couple players within the bomb site, but then everybody strikes. Look at this. Automatic with a rapid double to close out the first round.
Yeah, cat control was the most important thing there. I mean, once that player died, it was much easier to crush the bomb site, and it was a pretty valiant attempt at the retake, like what we saw there. Coming in, tried to abuse the CT crossfires, but here is Rush getting that opening kill, taking out the first or second most important player on the team, depending on who you ask.
Right, I mean, because right now, if we look at the roster for NaVi, and on Mirage specifically versus top 30 teams, it's actually Simple with a 1.42 rating over the last 3 months, and Electronic with a 1.41. Like, that's ridiculous, statistically speaking.
Just because if anybody's at 1.4, they're shooting for the stars, and then they're already that close and that high up.
Right, and then the rest of the team not even over 1.0. So I think that those are really the 2 key pieces we should be keeping our eyes on for NaVi, at least here on Mirage specifically. But Edward's going to look to strike from behind. Kiyashima running rampant around the B bomb site, causing a ruckus and pulling over those rotators. We see now, of course, Cloud9 taking A. Bomb moving forward, not a problem.
Yeah, pretty big win for Cloud9 already. Clean anti-eco so far. Valens will go ahead and plant the bomb. And we'll see some interesting adjustments for support, where he'll certainly drop a lot of weapons. He'll most likely just be kind of the tank for the team, and on eco rounds will hold the bomb, potentially drop pistols for his teammates, and there is some value to that. You know, there's in teams with 5-man rosters, you don't always see a situation where one person is willing to be that selfless, and because they're so good, there's no reason to. So you kind of split all of the expenses amongst the team, and then you have an even buy. But if you have one person who's just dropping guns the whole time, you'll be able to get more ops. You'll be able to have better guns on those 4 players, and sometimes it comes down to one or two players in a round to win you the whole thing. So maybe it can work out surprisingly well in their favor, having him be a dedicated support player. It's a little bit of a creep up here to the ramp, but they've got CTs close by.
Rush will clear the closest corner. Electronic set up to trade frag efficiently, and Flusha actually manages to get himself out Palace. But the problem is, with the flames at his feet, he falls downwards into death, and it's just automatic left. 2 opponents here within the bomb site. Rips ahead clean off, and then again, a nice trade from NaVi. I like the way that they just kind of swing wide on each of those engagements and pick up the round with still 2 players up.
So the way that NaVi were trying to hold on to the site, they really did want Cloud9 to come up for a walkout or a full execute, because they're playing close ramp. So if you're throwing nades into the site, if you think about it from a T's perspective, they're throwing them over the high wall. And so if you're playing close A ramp, you're there to dodge all of the really good flashes that can be thrown at you, and you can hear the ones that get lobbed in front of the ramp. And that's how you know that a team is expectant of an A hit. Early mid-control out for the CT, something that Potter brought up on the desk, how important it is actually for the T's to take this, but just in general how important map mid-control is.
With such limited weaponry, Cloud9 not expected to take too much, but Rush will find Simple. And immediately trying to hone in on windowsill, where Electronic stands. And as we said, the 2 heaviest of hitters for NaVi.
He's too quick, isn't he?
Just a little.
Yeah.
Cloud9's game plan picked apart in mid. It's going to leave them with a B hit, so it seems.
Keo's an interesting person to have on the team. Somebody that has gotten a lot of attention on Reddit, a lot of people tweeting, this is the best free agent on the market. And here's an opportunity for him not to maybe get on the team, because we know there's that problem of having 3 European players means that you're stuck in that region for the major. But you can use this to build up your resume. Played a big tournament with a team at an invite-only LAN. Let's see what you can do.
Right, play against some of the best. Do so in the sense of just best of ones. You know, you're not looking at that deep map pool either, really. At least not in terms of the first 5 rounds. So yeah, it's certainly a great shot for him. You know, next thing we know, he's going to be replaced by Maniac.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? If you're
From
you're an
Blast analyst
yeah,
to Cloud9 member.
the Cloud9 player, specifically that team.
That's the rules.
We might see that happen. As soon as they brought up that Golden couldn't make it, Sponge immediately pointed at Pimp, and he was like, oh, well, we've got a 5th right here. But again, they've had to play with Valence more than once, and he does know what he's doing. One of the most capable coaches, I suppose, in CSGO. So, Rush throws the smoke into connector. They've got a few nades coming out to make sure that they can cross safely, and an op to cover from the back lines. Cloud9 look to work on cat control, take advantage of that ladder room, and that'll be a threat that NaVi's going to be aware of. But what's the response? We've got a relatively passive setup from them, and there it is. Electronic to get mollied out, but a bit too late.
Not nearly as much middle presence this round from NaVi as opposed to the last. Remember, they did throw players to the top of mid. Really kind of obscured Cloud9's setup before they even got anything rolling. So, change of pace, change of equation. They're left in a 4v4.
Quiet affair here as Cloud9 take over connector control. And in the 4-4, it's a really scary for NaVi, who don't have much to look around for. They've got a player in Palace, however. He's got some information. He's got a strong position, especially versus a connector split. And it looks like they tried to sell the fake on Cat, so we'll probably see that connector split come in now.
All the while, Edward still has eyes on B. However, Automatics picked up that op shot. Simple all the while. Going to be creeping inside of Palace. One of Counter-Strike's kings. He's ready to strike now with the MP9. Finds Flusha first. Denied by Keo as bombs planted. Edward and Zeus to the 2 versus 3. And Zeus wants nothing to do with this. He is already gone. Leaving a fellow seasoned veteran to play around on the bomb site at the very least.
Yeah, he's begging the Tees to stick around, but the smoke goes down so early, there might be no suspicion that he's here to actually try to defuse. Zeus also gets killed, so that's a player that could have gone for the retake that goes down in vain. And now it's just Edward to save in the CT spawn. Pretty good round from Cloud9. I'd say NaVi had the advantage as they moved into the site for the execute. And with a player inside of Palace, I thought, okay, for sure, if it's going to be an A split, they have this. They've got the high-low advantage from the Palace. They had it Flamey at Ticket, who is there to oversee the A site. And Automatic had the good pick. Took him out from connector with the AWP, and that opened up the site that allowed the A-ramp player to come out safely. He could have gotten opt if Flamey just played that a little bit more passively. And here, oh my goodness, he actually got dinked. I don't even know by what gun.
Right, now just realizing Automatics dropped to 17 health, and that 17 health definitely makes a difference. Picks up the Ticket player, cracks open the A side. I feel like if Simple had maybe a little bit of a better weapon, he could have found himself a further kill, wouldn't have had to play that rushed close proximity. But alas, it was not afforded.
And so we have a, I want to say, attack pause. We don't know by which team. I'm going to assume that NaVi are going to take a break, think about things. Edward are the only man with a gun. They've got some money left over, so they might be just trying to consider whether or not they can buy. Edward could drop his gun, pick up the Famas, have maybe Flamey, I would hope, Flamey or Electronic, pick up the M4 in his hands, and then Simple, you know, might think about going op no armor.
Ooh, the good old glass cannon.
Glass cannon, exactly. But that would be a risk. It's a little bit early for a risk like that. Maybe they don't do it. I'm really not sure. This is feeling like an extended tac pause. I don't know how long tac pauses normally are, but this feels like we're a few seconds past.
Yeah, we start getting into the realm of the potential tech pause.
Yeah.
You know, the dreaded tech pause.
I feel like hands are off the mice because we don't have people moving around. No one's looking around. It's very still. So.
Does it make you nervous, Lunders?
I'm a little bit worried.
Yeah?
It's like when you're sitting down at a table and there's somebody standing up next to you.
Why are they standing?
And then why are they standing?
Right.
Why aren't they sitting?
Or when somebody walks into a room while you're sitting down and you think to yourself, do you stand up to shake their hand?
It's a big commitment.
Oh, God. These are the things that keep me up at night.
These are the first world problems that are actually important to think about.
Because you don't want to be the first one to stand, because if you stand, everybody else has to stand.
Everybody else has to stand, yeah. Sometimes you've got to do it. It depends on your relationship to that person, right? How important is that person to you? How long has it been since you last seen them? You saw them yesterday. Do you stand? No. Saw them last month, you might stand.
You see, thinking about all this just reminds me why we're gamers. Because if you stay inside and don't have to socialize, you avoid all these issues.
And maybe you're just good at that. You're better, you know? Maybe you're better.
So much more comfortable.
Because people are, you know, you're hanging out with people all the time. You know how to do this stuff.
Who hangs out with people all the time,
right?
Though?
That's a little weird.
Oy. Definitely a tech pause, however, though, because Zeus has no headphones on. And that would be against the rules.
That would be against the rules.
We're not rule breakers.
No. We're what are we? We're
rule makers. We're kings.
Do we make any rules?
I don't.
Do you have a rule in life?
Always flush twice.
Always flush twice?
Yeah.
You're killing we have 20% of the water in the world is fresh water, and that's the water we need.
Yeah, but we're from Canada. We don't have to worry about fresh water.
Because we have the Hudson Bay?
No, because we have the largest body of fresh water in the entire world.
The Great Lakes.
Right. Canada has more fresh water than any other country in the world.
I think does that still all go to us? We still have to work for it, and it runs out.
Yeah. Oh, it's not a good idea, Mohan.
Yep. Everybody flush twice the next time you have a tinkle.
You know, that's the thing with Europe, right? They've got the little button that flushes halfway.
That's an interesting one.
That's not a thing in North America.
Yeah. You can really, if you don't like somebody or an establishment, you can go for the half flush after you go number 2.
Just to spite them.
And then just leave a little stain. Just so they know their place.
Right.
You know, I wasn't the first person to poop in my new apartment.
Ooh.
That's always going to hang over my head.
Yeah.
So my friend came in and bolted right for the bathroom when I was being shown the place and pooped before me.
I think that's a process of christening, and you've been robbed.
Yeah, he kind of owns me a little bit.
That's definitely an alpha move.
I feel like I have to make a pair of keys for him.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair.
I owe it
right,
to
right.
him. Yeah.
Next thing you know, he's going to be in there peeing on your couch.
And you know, we're still friends. A little salty, but we're still friends.
I know you. You can get through much worse.
Yeah.
I have faith in you.
Yeah.
I also have faith in Messioso, who is probably going to resolve this issue soon.
Is he standing behind them?
I just assume. You know, he is our I believe, head tournament director.
That's a big title.
The admin. The lead admin.
That's a very good title.
The king of admins. You know, that's like the...
If you owned a company, what would your title be? Would you want it to be CEO?
No, it would be Lord.
Okay.
Just Lord.
Okay, just Lord.
Lord Scrawny.
With more than one O?
No, just one.
Okay.
But,
all caps?
But a capital L.
Okay. And when people refer to you in real life, would you like to be referred to by your title?
Yes, by Ye Lord.
Ye Lord. Okay.
Yep. Ye Lord All and Mighty.
That's not pretentious.
Not at all.
No.
I'm just trying to stay grounded.
You know what Edward did is actually simple bots. They're going for that half buy. I would like to see Edward not only buy a Famous, but then drop the M4 to Electronic. Oh, they're not spending all their money. Okay. So they took time to talk about it. Simple is going to get the AWP, spend most of his money, and then they have the rifle to fall back on, a little bit of utility. I don't mind this.
Okay. You know, NaVi, they made the most of the extended pause. Really, you know, got down, crunched the numbers, calculated it, and picked them up something to make this round happen. Where's that Opper at? Simple's doubling back towards CT spawn, which is a good place to be, considering that we do have Cloud9 on an adventurous stance. What a deagle. And it's combined with that one single op shot. So a single bullet off of the pistol, the op fires off, and you've got yourself a 5 versus 3 advantage in a round that you didn't even spend all your money. This is a prime position for NaVi to be in, but they have to convert the point.
The walkouts can be very dangerous, but it's more so dangerous for the T's when there's an op on CT side. And I don't think they anticipated that he had that much money.
Zeus's flank. This is what we call the nail in the coffin. He's about to find himself automatic. Get that knife out. The spinal slice. Oh, no. How does that happen?
Oh, just go for it.
He's still alive at the very least. Now he's cleared from automatic, and it's back into the 3 versus 3. I mean, how is that not a backstab? This is ridiculous. They're somehow back into the round. Valence has even managed himself a second kill. How has this happened?
What did we just witness? That was as good of a backstab as I've ever seen.
Hello, Gaben.
It happens. That happens. I don't know why it happens. Of course, it happens to Zeus of all people. That's the biggest travesty of everything, I think.
I'm flabbergasted.
That was interesting.
That looked to me like one of the sickest rounds NaVi could have used to just destroy Cloud9 early in this match. You know, they're on the T side. They've got money that would have had to be fully invested in the next round. Like, you would have had yourself in such a prime spot.
Yep.
The rebuy would have been fantastic because NaVi didn't invest all their coins. And while, sure, they keep on to the AWP, the heaviest of investments, that is a round that they should have won, no doubt.
I'm more confused as to Automatic was opping CT, got stabbed, didn't turn around. Zeus had time to go for a second stab, even though that's not what he wanted to have to do. And then he still could have gotten the kill, and then it could have been 5v2, but instead he knifed him once and then awkwardly jumped away like this. And then Automatic missed the op shot. He goes out for the peek again, dies one more time, dies off of the peak.
I mean, it's not all lost, okay? We're back into the realm of possibility here with NaVi's purchase.
Imagine if Cloud9 won this game.
Right. Remember that round. Keep it fresh in your minds, folks. Round number 6.
It's going to be grafted into their minds.
We're going to go back into that aggressive mid-control from NaVi. We saw this out of them earlier on in the half, but alas, it has not worked out for the opening frag. Got Kiyashima out towards the B bomb site, and Edward's still lingering at the top of mid. Finds the timing versus Rush. That's nice. But all the while, the B site has fallen. Deep grenade from Electronic. And that right there gives him the affordability to walk out. Now, he's going to fire off another shot as Simple gets into this equation, and it is turned away. However, Flusha behind NaVi.
Yeah, he's in a pretty good spot, but he knows that since no one's causing a distraction, he's got to slow it down. Simple is totally aware of the thought that the flank might come out. Wouldn't be surprised if they took extra time to clear him. Simple, was he trying to bait Flusha into peeking? I think that to Flusha just goes to show it's understood the game that's being played at the moment. But he can lock in the rotations from B, as we can see. They're kind of stuck here in the site. They'd have to go off of Cat, and they don't know where the other person is. And they aren't sure that Flusha has moved into this position. So for Automatic, they're still in this game. How long will Flusha wait, however, is the question. I feel like him being patient. Yeah, see, he lets it go because he knows that they know. But
right.
It still pushes them into a bad spot. Bomb can go down.
Gets a little more confirmation that sure enough CT's close. Automatic gonna plant the bomb now. And a Molotov could hold them back for at least a bit longer. Edward does decide to stampede through it and clears the top of stairs. So it is on just Timothy Ta. He's got himself the first one. Shots raining off from jungle. Picks up the second. Edward dodging shots and Automatic down to 23. The re-peek's there, but it's Edward with a headshot and a round for NaVi.
Automatic looked really sharp there for a moment with those 2 kills. And I love how Flusha played that round. Yeah, NaVi are able to win it, but Flusha was the key player. You know, he controlled 3 CTs because there was B presence and because he knew exactly how to adapt and use that lurk. And then he even was smart enough to not only throw the smoke down when he could have just assumed they didn't know he was there. He was like, yes, they know I'm here, so I have to make a different play. Then he moves back in the jungle and crosses stairs. Ultimately dies on the peak on stairs. Maybe could have changed it up from there, but it was a 3v2 and he only had a Mac 10. Sitting at A ramp with a Mac 10 is not going to net you anything versus a stairs peak, so he thought that, okay, I've got to be a bit aggressive, took a risk, and Automatic almost cleaned it up, but we don't get to see that ending to the story.
It's been a really weird start to a match, Launders.
Very strange.
Don't get me wrong. I like to get freaky every once in a while.
Yeah, I know you.
But I do feel a little shaken up in this situation thus far. It's going to be another B test. Rush down first into the site, manages to find himself a kill, and resides on a single point of health. 1 HP makes the difference with him in that entry. It affords them the plant, and already we've got these terrorists trying to bunker down as NaVi head elsewhere. They're out of this.
Yeah, and we can see why there's so much pressure on the side anchor. They were talking in the pregame, or in those pre-game segments, about how Xyp9x is one of the smartest players they have, and they can leave him on the site, and he's super good, always delivers, stays alive. And while you leave Zeus, he's mechanically the least capable player on the team in the B side alone. He has to deliver these 2 frags, and with his kill alone, or him going down, none of his teammates can rotate in. They don't even think about a retake, and that just goes to show you that does come down to how good he will be if they decide to go B. Cloud9 save with 5. Insane to think about, right? Bomb plant, 1 entry, round over.
Right. 1 entry with 1 health the difference.
Right.
You know, if Zeus manages to clean up that first kill, I
They
think
might attempt it.
could have bought a little more time for the rotate, or just even given him a chance at a follow-up kill, right? In that entire situation, Automatic, he didn't even have armor, right? So that MP9, that's a quick headshot.
This is cool. I mean, I wonder who's calling on the team because it's Valen's obviously to stand in for Golden. So is he going to be the one calling strats? I know he knows them, so I wouldn't be surprised. He knows what Golden likes to do. He knows what the team might want to try. But then they also have Keo to fit this in. It's very strange, but Cloud9 are up to a very legitimate 5 rounds at the moment.
Yeah.
The antics have gone back and forth. NaVi lost a round they shouldn't have. Cloud9 lost a round they shouldn't have. So maybe all is right in the world.
Got a double frag already here to the favor of NaVi. They've worked ramp well. Smoke meant to deter Flusha, but he will still contest this. Pressures it slightly. Looks to find somebody on the exit. All the while, they've lost another body. That was Valen's in mid. Automatic's curious. As Flusha walks back. Close proximity from Electronic is denied. Automatic actually keeps a vast majority of his health in the process. So with him throwing bomb back down for Flusha to pick up, he's going to get a little adventurous here on the A site. He's got to be careful though, because Simple is towards spawn, and on top of it, Flamey behind the box. But if Flamey's not cautious and kind of doubles back a little too much, he may be killed.
This is kind of the cool part about Mirage, and we'll see if Automatic can get more than this, and that's a nice tap.
Just needs a couple more kills. And he knows exactly where they're at, but the reload, he's going to manage to get it in. 25 seconds to do this. Bomb's still behind him. He's not supposed to have a chance, and so Zeus comes in from behind, swoops down, and picks up another round. It's 4-5 to the favor of Cloud9 still. To talk about that back and forth affair, this is an investment from the T's.
All these rounds being very close makes for the most entertaining CS, obviously, and it's good that even though the rounds are kind of won in the early portions of the entries, it feels like at least there's these kills at the end of the rounds to keep your opponents on their toes. And Cloud9 are playing very basic, bare-bones CS at the moment. They're doing a lot of walkouts. They did a rush B in the past rounds. They went for mid-control a total of 1 time, and that round actually worked out in their favor, but they're keeping those rounds sparse, and I like that.
Yeah, when you're playing it that simple, you want to at least kind of, you know, throw a little variation in it. Simple doesn't mean stale. But it's another trade frag, which has been an effective aspect of Navi's defense. They get that cat kill immediately. Zeus even looking for second servings, but Valens has just crept into the ladder room. And he awaits that over peak. Not going to happen just yet. And remember, Cloud9, they've strangled Navi in a round like this before. Just kind of had positioning and took it slow.
That's very good point. Yeah, it's a salient point. They had the exact same setup with mid control, connector control, ladder room control, and tried to perform an A split, and they were able to crack open Navi in the past. At this moment, they're a little bit more spread out, however. They've got one in the B apps holding for a push. I think with time remaining, that's okay to do that for a little while longer, and a kill on Ticket would be the key. But Automatic's no longer hopping.
He's going to smoke off jungle, so that could open his route to get closer towards Ticket, but Electronics found a gap to try and exploit. Double peek versus Zeus. Now he knows where there's at least 2 of these players, and he's dropped 1 in the process. All the while, Automatic finds cover as he takes the top of stairs. Electronics' position catches him off guard. That's bomb dropped into the open, and these CTs should be rotating over, but how many of them can Kiyashima kill before reinforcements arrive? He's picked up 1, and that's it. Now he's being pitched in. Zeus with the final frag, and that's 5 rounds apiece now.
Can't say I mind the setup from both teams. Like that, how it ends in the passive kind of mid-control setup where the CT or the Ts can't make any risks, or sorry, the CTs can't make any risks to try to get back information, but they still have a plan, and they weaponize Zeus to go ahead and take a fight on Cat. That's a big one. Valen's going down is enormous for Navi, and then Electronic from a different spot this time plays off of the smoke that Automatic threw, but he didn't line it up, so there was a bit of a crease, and that allowed Electronic to go to work. Cloud9 now split up in what will look to be, I don't know if they meant to show bomb here, but they have bomb with the minority players. It is a Glock save, so I guess they might throw 3 bodies a day and then just try to run head first into the other side.
Right, and theoretically, all you have to do is get past Zeus, who is the Lowest rated player for NaVi in the last 3 months on LAN.
Oh, I see. Double fake.
Oh, that's a nice little gimmick. We'll see if it gives them anything at all. No. Not so far, but we do have the CTs leaving the bomb site.
Oh my god, he might actually... Oh, he doesn't get the plant?
He's gonna go for the peek instead. Zeus is damaged. If he picks up that kill, there's definitely a plant in his favor, but still, good idea, good execution. Just can't get that final plant in.
Yeah, it's great. It's like they're using people instead of utility. So they, throw one body in one site that counts as a fake, similar to like throwing a Molotov just for presence. And then they have players so far away from that teammate that you think, okay, they're probably just going to go ahead and hit A in this round.
Right.
And then guess what? You've been sold a bill of goods. But we're back on the buy. Cloud9 grouping up at A ramp one more time. This time there's only one here. And I'm not surprised by NaVi's setup because we've seen Cloud9 go for these walkouts so often and they've been crushed. So maybe they're feeling confident that this won't happen again. Rush, he's going to hear that there is a player close A ramp off that smoke, but they can't exactly attack him. Flamey turn his attention up to the palace and keep tabs on both choke points.
That smoke's going to land here in the jungle. Should effectively counter the player there. Question is, where did the sight man get off to and they found him? Rush pops Flamey first. Flush up off of the catwalk push. Could be in a bit of a pickle because Zeus is just beside him and the rest of NaVi are all around. Yes, he is the first death versus Cloud9. All the while, they've planted the bomb. And NaVi still to continue on. They're not going to go right into the save. They've got the utility to make this retake happen. 2 kits between Electronic and Simple. Edward first point of contact and he finds Rush. Sure enough, there will be this wraparound from Cloud9. Valen's on the long flank. Bombs planted for him. Kiyoshima's gonna have to cause some kind of a distraction. Valens lines up 2. Cannot get the 3rd just yet. The diffuser's down, however. Kiyoshima's set up to succeed. Him and Valens with a beautiful, nice little 2-piece.
That was a crazy tag team from the subs. Well done in that 2vx. And I thought after automatic dies under Balak, like, no way. Edward comes out for that peek, kills Rush. That was a tight peek, hard to catch Rush off guard. Gets away with murder in that regard. And then the retake is totally on. We haven't seen NaVi have to retake. Sometimes they're just canceling before they even start. But in that round, you can see that they've definitely got a plan for it when it needs to happen. Early mid-presence this time from Cloud9. Once again, tried the walkout. Actually worked this time. You did it so many times, it was actually unexpected.
Ooh. Nice grenade timing there from Rush. Catches Edward as he tries to get away from Automatic's gunfire. But what they don't deal with is that op. Simple's picked one off and moved over towards B. Looks to join hands with Zeus on the defense. Kiyoshima's been a constant lurker, whether that be over towards the underpass stairs or in this round, more forward.
Yeah, it's a really interesting thing that he's doing for the team at the moment, where, he has to kind of play with very little preparation, and they're using him as a lurker. So I think, this is always cool for a team. They can learn a lot about themselves by having somebody who can maybe bring a unique perspective or just throw something spontaneous into the mix. And I think Kiyoshima's been that man so far. 4 grouped up for the B Halls exec, and I don't know if Kiyoshima's position is known. Zeus has once again thrown a good smoke. He's been great on reading when to drop this, and he's held it for long enough that it's going to make Cloud9 feel quite awkward.
And remember, all the while, Simple's been in here. Zeus not fancying his chances by staying close. Falls back slightly. Still holds the high ground. Will still be in a powerful position to cut them down if, or rather when, they come for him. Because here is the hit. Smoke's over, flashbang out. Zeus already revealed, and he's got so many bodies lined up that the damage is substantial, not to mention Simple's inside of the bomb site. So it is just Flusha. And he too toppled. That is NaVi back in the lead.
Well done. Zeus has been amazing this game so far. He's up to 14 kills, and on that round did almost 380 AR with just that one spray down. And as for Cloud9, this game's been neck and neck, and that's super surprising. This is a match that NaVi should be able to crush, right? It's a very preliminary match. Cloud9 are one of 2 of the teams that are probably least expected to win the tournament. Oh, okay.
Oh!
Yeah, when he turned, I thought that looked like a good flick, but I was wondering how he saw that far outside of his scope, and now it all makes sense.
Because he wasn't even looking down it.
Yeah.
All right. Simple, we see you. And Electronic sees the push at the bottom of mid, so it's already been predicted for Flamey. That's an easy call and an easy pickup. Sure, Kiyashima will use that Tech 9 to close the distance somewhat, but now he's pinned into the corner and Electronic smells him. Doesn't see him, though. Good thing Simple's there to trade. Leaves it just on automatic. He's got a scout to work with.
That's not enough.
You wouldn't think, Launders. You wouldn't think, but he is capable with it. Okay, Zeus cannot manage the kill.
It's great. He could just look so great one round and then just do that on another.
Oh, dude, this is down to just 2 shots. Automatic just has to land 1 bullet each, and Navi are down for the count.
And he actually knows that he's tagged up both of the remaining players. Let's see the adjustment. 2 players moving into B. Unbelievable. They're gamble stacking in the 1v2, even though Automatic only has a scout. I would assume that you play passive setups on both sites and then just go for a retake or try to take a free shot, but it's very dangerous to complete. Oh, there it is. I was going to say it's completely very dangerous to let the bomb go down and then let Automatic find like his perfect after plant spot. So Simple got there just in time.
You know what I would have loved to see?
What would you have loved to see?
Automatic smoke off the top of connector with the smoke he had in his hand. Pick up the one that was actually on the connector staircase, and then use that to cover his actual plant. Because, you know, he throws 1 smoke, doesn't make the use of the second one. Small detail, but it is that fact that Simple has the angle that costs him his life and the round.
Yeah, he had a little bit more information. Oh, definitely seems like a good play to use.
Especially when it would have been such a beautiful play from him.
We got another pop here. It's a simple double fake once again, this time with slightly better guns.
Oh, close proximity. Somehow Kiyashima's managed that. And he upgrades into the M4. While falling back behind the van, what this is going to do is call the attention of the CTs, because at any moment he can run outwards. In fact, he's being heard and dealt with, as is the A push. Everybody's down other than Valens. And as he comes in through middle, he won't have bomb. Remember, this is the coach of Cloud9.
Yeah, they tried to adapt there. They wanted to do the exact same double fake play, but this time Kiyashima got the kill. And they said, okay, let's go off of this adjustment. So instead, they decided to... they just decided to use him. I say keep the same strat. Use him, have him go out. If he gets the kill, run the gauntlet, see if you can get another one, or maybe even just like open up the B site completely. And then if he dies, have the second player go out just like you would on the double fake, and then go ahead and run through A. I bet Navi would have been extremely confused, especially because they were down a man.
Simple.
Oh my god.
Using that op.
We need to spectate him more, I feel like.
Yeah, individually he is sound at the moment. Way too good.
And we are into the second half, folks. We've got a pretty good half for both teams, honestly. Cloud9, some of their rounds were impressive. And Navi had a good recovery, landed on their feet, up to 9 rounds, 7 to win. And pistols could be important. Maybe they're not. I think the real difficulty for Cloud9 comes in this half in the first place, where they're much weaker individually across sites.
Right.
And Navi are always looking forward to a good D side.
Navi holds a 67% win percentage here on Mirage, and Cloud9's at 50. So they've got the edge in terms of regularity. They've got themselves an edge here at the bottom of mid. It's going to be automatic tested. Does take off the top of the totem pole. Doubles down onto Simple as well. Sure, Edward may bite back. But now Valens wants to get himself a piece of this pie. Zeus gets bested by the coach of Cloud9. It is just Edward left over. A 1 versus 3 as he has got his paws on the USP. Just can't seem to find a target to take. But he has slipped away. For the time being, that is.
Oh, that could have been a really easy kill to get. Information still would have been there, and Edward, is he going to be able to spot this? He does. He also knows that there's somebody very close.
Oh my.
Imagine.
Caught off guard by the closer corner. Rush will catch the kill, and that's good for Cloud9. That's a very good chance to immediately tie this thing up.
That would have been a really good opportunity for sure. Cloud9 are going to buy up. I'd like to see this buy up. Are we going to see a lot of Are we going to see a lot of SMGs, or are they going to go for an early 3 rifles? And here we saw automatic with a couple of important kills early on. Good frags from him. Once Rush is spotted, I know he's a little bit nervous, but they locked it up. They locked it up. And this is the buy from NaVi that is extremely terrifying. Simple's got an AK, he's got armor. 2 entries to win. That's the name of the game. Might try to recycle guns. Going to be kind of hard with the amount of chaos that's about to ensue upon the bomb site. But, wow, look at this. Automatic and Flusha have USPs.
Man, we saw a buy like this.
Super strange.
Right?
I think it's because they didn't get a plant last round, so they're trying to read off that.
It's actually Valen's also with that 3rd pistol. I mean, he's managed to make it work. Sure enough. So, ooh, nice little wallbang damage there from Electronic, but he will try to fall back only to his death. Edward, all the while, has managed to get his paws on that AK-47, and look at the HP here for Flusha and Rush. Those are easy pickings.
Cloud9's, if they, I wonder, like, have they thought about all possibilities, and I'm sure they have, but, you know, if they lose 3 people, what do they get out of the round? If they win, how much do they benefit? And Cloud9 have actually won 5 in a row and are officially, and I don't know if it's the first team in the tournament, but the first time in this game that a team has caught on fire.
Yeah, we had a very back and forth affair, so obviously that's transitioned over from the end of the first half.
But yeah, they seem comfortable in the setup. Sorry?
No, this can't be on fire. That's only 2 rounds.
But
that's a glitch. No, because
they
NaVi won the
didn't
last one.
Oh, that's right.
Right.
Yeah.
We're just giving them the benefit of the doubt.
Okay.
You know, give them a little boost in confidence.
I wanted to see the graphic.
Or maybe they get to go on fire just because they won a round with 3 pistols still in play.
That's fair. That's fair to me.
Right. They've deserved it, but Flusha will have to fight his way into the 5 versus 4. Immediate headshot versus Edward to cull back the top of mid. And Cloud9, they're not fading back into bomb sites either. They're looking to hold their footing at least a bit longer. But they need to know the threat is near.
Wow, they have stuck Valens and Connector. It's going to be one of the more tenuous spots. It's quite difficult to play, especially versus players of this caliber. You can see the communication coming in. They understand that NaVi are at mid. They just don't know whether or not they're going to fork towards A or B. And fair play. It doesn't seem like NaVi know either. They still have time to decide. They're going to go ahead and think about late window control. Zeus just propped up so he doesn't have to get a boost later. You can see him try to infiltrate the CT defenses via this window, whether they go B or A. And fortunately for him, there's nobody in the window to spot his barrel or anybody in ladder room from the CTs for him to worry about. So there's a lot of value in this play.
Yeah, his biggest threat's going to be Automatic, who was in CT spawn watching the murder hole. With a bit of pressure applied towards the A site, that player has now moved closer towards the ticket, and good thing he did so. He's managed to find Simple, a heavy hitter for NaVi. Still, they've got this split into the bomb site, and Zeus has picked up 2. This is immediately thrown back into possibility for NaVi, but Valens comes in from the corner, and it is another kill from that op. So, sure enough, like we said, that pistol transitions into the 9-9 scoreline. And that's a gun round included. NaVi back on a weakened buy.
I like the setup from Cloud9. I appreciate that Valens created space for his teammates by moving from connector to stairs and then falling into sandwich. And Electronic had his eyes on that Molotov that entire time. And I think in the last few moments it caught up. And I think now we officially now have Cloud9 on fire.
No, because it's a 9-6. So this is 3 in a row.
Was that the same graphic that I just got jebaited by the same
right.
graphic?
It's gonna keep popping up every round.
I'm like a cat. You put a piece of yarn in front of me, I'm gonna get distracted by it over and over again.
Yeah, that's actually a very good analogy. Now that I know you as a person.
I'm a cat person, but I wouldn't mind a dog.
A big one?
I wouldn't mind a big one, but I wouldn't be responsible for me to have a big dog to take care of.
Right. Yeah. You're tall too, so you'd look funny with a tiny little, toy poodle.
You see that sometimes, though, don't you?
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
All right, Mohan, we're back into the game with NaVi on a light buy. We've still got something to talk about here because they have some upgraded pistols. We know what these individuals can do with deadly deagles. Not that they're going to be given a target near mid.
Connector smoke goes down to make it seem like they're definitely not going to do something fast. Don't know if that was thrown by the CTs, however. And Flesh is here on full alert. But we can see how that smoke helps guys their entrance in.
They will find just one so far. And then it all comes crumbling around them. Flamey, the last to fall. That is a nice round for Cloud9, considering they keep 4 players up. And in one more round, they'll officially be on fire.
See, they were on fire there.
No, they're not yet.
It shows it. I saw the Cloud9 logo, and there was like flames all over it. So far, pretty good game from Cloud9.
Somehow this is working out.
Somehow, I can't tell that NaVi should win.
I mean, listen, when you've got nothing to lose, you know, when you're already being kind of touted as the least
like
impressive
picking,
team of the tournament,
right?
And then you've lost Golden,
right? There's no hope, you know. So that at the same time, there's no pressure.
It's the wild thing. Golden, he's the highest rated player in the last 3 months for Cloud9.
Cloud9 are like a homeless person, and NaVi are picking a fight with them.
Yeah, he's got nothing to lose, and he's got a bottle. Bottles popping all over the A bomb site. There's flames skewering what would be a defense. Valence just goes toe-to-toe. He actually pulls into the bomb site, finds himself a couple kills. Electronic lets him pass, and that does kind of throw things out into the open for only a moment. Flusha, trying to get back into the site, has to be cautious because Edward's down here in the bottom of mid.
Yeah, 2 crazy timings there where Flusha could have creeped out just fast enough to catch him crossing onto the site, and the nade goes out a moment too early to do damage. Now Kia's wondering, what am I supposed to do? Is it going to be the A site? Why are they taking their time here to plant? And that's because they don't have a smoke for CT spawn, for jungle, or for stairs.
Right, and if they actually push forward towards CT spawn, then they could expose themselves to any player in mid. And it's for that reason Edward's looking for that. He's trying to figure things out. Now, Kiyoshima's activated and traded straight away. Simple, picking up those pieces. He finds Valence, who drops into the sandwich, and then he kills Keo at the very end of the round. So, good trade fragging from him. It's wild to me to think that we have Valence sitting at 12 frags, which is more than double of Flusha.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. No, Valence has looked good. That was a sneaky play. No, he was very sneaky. He went through the smoke, crossed by Electronic, who was supposed to be watching it, but he couldn't see him, and then hit the spray transfer. So denying the plant was one thing. Delaying for his teammates so that NaVi had no smokes left was another. Now we've got a change up here as Automatic has jumped out of the window. Very popular play for Obrish to make on Mirage. But NaVi throw courtesy flash. That's enough to push him off. Flusha again wants to poke and prod around Cat. I love the deep B smoke. Oh, I love the refresh of it as well. That's going to put a halt to NaVi's plans. They know that they can't just simply go A now. It's going to be expected. They're going to think that the CTs are overstacked. And so they want to make sure that the CTs have fallen off of upper B, even if they're not going to hit it. Time down to a minute. Pretty okay utility left for both sides. A lot of options remain.
Forward, that Cat hit. Flusha just gets deleted by Edward. Man, he just kind of electric slides right in the doorway. Doesn't mind the scaffolding either. Takes his head clean off, pushes Valence into a very awkward spot. He has to go and explore into A ramp, and he does so just in time, because now NaVi have arrived. They've pushed into A. There's a chance for Rush to try and obscure this. Will not be able to stop the plant, but Valence can. Opts not to. As the smoke goes down, Rush tries to make his move. All the while, we've got NaVi with very heavy mid presence. So how do you clear out all of these pieces? It's going to have to be one hell of a play from Automatic. This is the first one. The double peek comes out. It's not a trade frag immediately. Simple will get him. Sure enough, one man over top of Cloud9 is NaVi. We've got the smokes blocking off mid. Rush tapping the bomb. That's going to pull Flamey into the open, and Electronic will combine. So 11 to 10, NaVi with an edge.
Strong after plant spots were the most important thing for NaVi on that round, and all that pressure they put on Cat. Automatic could have been a linchpin of the round if he got the kill and there was no one to trade, and he could have opted off of it, make sure no one could cross the site, hold the T's in the positions that they wanted to stay in, and then have you know, Rush and Valence move on to the site and try to retake versus the rest of the players. But instead, the double up on Cat was quite interesting. That was kind of insane, actually. But that was a way of, instead of rotating all the way around through spawn, to try to plant and immediately set up for that cat play, because it's becoming a little bit obvious when teams try to go for the big rotation around. When they, you know, all the T's die on the site and they're like, where's the last guy? I feel like that has been used so often at this point that you've got to change it up. And we saw NaVi try that.
Boy. Bonjour, Kiyoshima. Quite the 1D to start it off, but this is where we expect the pieces to all start to pile up. Got that A site open for the taking. Keep your eyes on the radar, though. We've got this push into T-spawn, approaching bomb. Valens finds himself alone and unfortunately doesn't go off to where he'd be useful.
Yeah. They want all the kills this round. Won't need a plant. Would have been nice for them, but I think they left it behind and it didn't matter. Look at that. Simple is always going to do this, you know. They, like, someone can be in the lead, but he'll just come through in the second half. He's already up to 24 kills. Did you see that match on that Pug match? He had 74 kills.
Yeah.
And 47 in regulation.
It's not even a big deal for him,
Didn't even
is
blink
it?
an eyelash.
Didn't even fret. Alexander Kostylev. Highest open kill rating as well for him.
One of the most important stats in all of CS.
Right? Constantly picking it up. 1.48.
It's the toughest to, one of the toughest kills is to kill somebody in a 5v5. When everybody is thinking about how to stay alive and they've got the most teammates in a 5v5 to cover all of the necessary spots. Oh, Flamey, he thought about the Molotov and it would have been a good choice.
Oh, Keo gets cleared. Zeus just pounding this B site. Even finds Flusha after the fact. So that's everything down. And that's NaVi adding another round. This is when they start to pull ahead. They're on the T side. They're playing this aggressive stance on certain rounds.
Yeah.
You know, they're swarming bomb sites, trading effectively, and just kind of keeping simple that one level above and beyond.
Yeah, this is truly when it gets difficult for Cloud9, who are on one of their last opportunities here to try to put together a rifle round to swing some of the momentum back into their favor. And we're actually robbed of being on fire one round before they actually would have.
Right.
But at least they got the graphic.
That's true, even if it was a false prophet.
Total farce, yeah.
The prophecy's a lie. But this is actually our quite the nice little gun round we've got ourselves. 3 ops employ between Automatic, Flusha, and Simple. We've seen Automatic on that op rather regularly as of late since the departure of Skadongler.
And what is the play for NaVi? Again, they lock this up. They pretty much seal up the map. Cloud9 will have to hold in L. Strong start, 2 pistols. Decent T-half, but it's going to come down to their holds.
Yeah, I mean, the reality of it is that NaVi have themselves just short of a 60% win percentage on the T side of Mirage. This is actually where they're more successful normally.
That was a bit of a goof. Oh, okay.
A goof and a gaff.
Hiding in plain sight is Rush, tucked into the corner.
Then he falls back a bit. Holds that close position, because remember, he's the only defender for this A site, at least up close. His supporting role will be Valens over in jungle, but that's about to be smoked off. The full 3-piece wall of smoke, Molotov's on top of it, but it's Rush who's beneath it. Has to get burned out into the open. Will manage himself another double. This is a big multi-kill for him. He's going to try to charge down Zeus, who does get his reload in and has Simple come out, joining him from ramp. But the op of Automatic's already in position. 15 seconds left as well to get this bomb down, and it's left over on ramp. Zeus has everything to do, and they know exactly where he's at. He has more health than time, but not by much. There you've gone. It is Cloud9 with another. Keeping 3 players alive as well with the double op.
Yeah.
This is a prime opportunity for them to get back into the game.
Definitely. Good rifle round all around. Kind of weird how Rush was able to stay alive in his spot. They tried to flash him, they kind of fluffed it, and then Edward, even after the second flash, they have him turn, but he completely misses a player in a ramp. And then Rush goes on to get 2 more kills from beneath Palace after getting Molotov'd out and flashes coming over top. So great recoil control by him, good composure, and he really was a pocket player for Cloud9 on that round. Similar setup for the T's, and they have the leeway now to try 1 or 2 things. If they want to be a little bit experimental, now's the time to do it. playing standard as well. Just netted them a good half. So, again, options open. Tougher for Cloud9 to try to read them. They're behind in the mental game, behind in rounds. Definitely starting to slip up a little bit here. Can't tell if that full B is being canceled or not, but Simple has his eyes to the sky.
Here comes Valens. Nobody's looking.
Oh my goodness.
Nobody's
Oh my.
looking, Launders. He's already found himself the first, nails himself the second, tries to fall back down into underpass, and it is Simple to take his head. But wow, again, an impactful play from the coach of Cloud9.
Very nice. Very well done.
He's supposed to be just a placeholder.
Yeah.
Buying Mac 10s and dropping
He
guns.
had to be here. He might not have even brought his mouse. Who knows?
What a rock star. Picks apart NaVi as they tried to go into that set piece. We saw how long it took them to set it up to begin with. And never did they even get to enjoy the fruits of their labor. Flush a shot, misses its mark. Edward will get one step closer. He's met by smoke, and we've got 25 seconds to go. Bomb leading the way towards A. All the while, Rush remains inside ramp.
Yeah. Oh no, that's a shot missed as Flush goes cross-eyed.
More damage down versus Zeus. He needs to plant this bomb, and he's got the smoke to get it in. Flusha, not gonna take the shot. Can't deny it.
They've got 2 ops to the retake, Connor.
Right, it's not a good look for them. Simple's op, well, it's always dangerous, and it's been positioned in response to that ticket presence. They're gonna go for the double back around through mid again. This is Edward to go all the way while Zeus tries to get himself into Palace. It is all on Simple for the moment. The bomb is so far ticked on top of it. The first shot's perfect. Doesn't really get a second chance, but there's Edward's flank coming into fruition. Kiyoshima left alone, and he is gone. Upgrades into the opposite. He departs the bomb site. He will be afforded the save, you'd think. And all the while, NaVi now sit 1 round closer to the win.
That was well done by NaVi to win in that after plant. Love having Simple play Tetris. It's a spot where you almost always expect, especially when there's too many terrorists in the site, for at least one of them to be there, to be used as a mercenary to try to do what he can before he goes down. But having the op there is huge. As a CT coming into the angle, it's very tough. It's tough to peek it as an op, and you can play very passively and still cover everybody crossing to default, whether it's a stairs player, whether it's a triple guy, or the guy in CT spawn. So for Simple to not only pick that spot, but then deliver from it is beautiful for NaVi. They also had the kind of last-minute rotation out to mid that we talked about. That can sometimes be a little bit too obvious, but here it works out well. And oh my god, Zeus has 19 kills and 10 assists. It's rare that you get that into the double digits. But he's helping out. To me, that just screams that you need to improve your crosshair placement. When people are getting too many assists, your ADR is very high, but you're not killing anybody.
Means you're being given...
You're taking too much damage when you fight, and that means your crosshair placement's probably not great because you don't have a high headshot percentage, which is a stat that only works for riflers, but it still can kind of tell you part of the story. It's not the most important thing, but can tell you how good someone's crosshair placement is.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of his rolls over towards that B site on their CT side when he was just kind of laying out that damage. And remember, 1 point was that all Rush had at the end of one duel, and that was all it took to win the round. NaVi saved off of it, so a grueling task. Not only finishing off frags, but also trying to get back this lead. Cloud9 down by 3.
Yeah, Flesh is really struggling, huh? 5 kills still.
Man, it's crazy. Like it's crazy to think that you have one of the highest rated major players in history.
Yeah.
And he's being outdone by Valens. Nearly 3 times as many frags for Valens.
I think at each major he won, he was the highest rated player at the majors. So he is yeah, I mean it's just a map. It's a little weird to have this performance, but the whole setup is kind of strange right now. Maybe he's affording Kiyoshima more of the lurk role positions. I've seen him pull off the lurks when he's needed to adapt in the low number situations, but out the gate maybe there is some kind of change of play. I'm not entirely sure.
I mean, he has 28 ADR at the moment.
That's very low. That's very low. That is a failing grade for sure. Quick B could be the bane of Cloud9, who don't have much utility to stop this. Molotov goes out early. but then the smoke goes out a bit late. This execute could be deadly.
Right, they're not going to have that underpass flank to really thwart the attempt. So, NaVi are being given the spacing to at least hit the bomb site. Kiyoshima drops bomb immediately, and will find a bit of cover here. He's looking for a second target, and this is looking great. Cloud9 just picking up bodies until Simple's activated from the apartments. It falls onto just Electronic, and his back already exposed. Oh, but he's managed himself 2 kills. Sees Valence jumping across. There's the third. How about a fourth? It's only automatic. And Electronic, like a ghost, was not spotted for whatever reason. The peak is there, and so's the frag. Electronic with a fourth.
For match point, he gets all 4 kills. That's unbelievable. The first 2 looked hard enough. It seemed like all of Cloud9 were in very safe spots to definitely get one, and he catches all 4 of them off guard. That is some masterfully done CS. That's unreal from the man himself. Electronic. Oh my goodness.
Oh, damn. The second one just blindsides him. Now, Valence hadn't spotted him, and Electronic hadn't seen it either. He gets tagged up by Automatic's op as well when he jumps right here.
Wow.
And he just waits for him to slide back into the open.
I think he ran out of bullets too. That would have been the last, maybe the last bullet on that 4th kill.
My goodness. What a way to just solidify that 15th round. You know, that's almost like a win in and of itself, because look what it's left Cloud9 equipped with. Peanuts, Launders. Utter peanuts.
Yeah, they can go to the fair.
Not even salted.
That's it. They have no tokens. They're going to win no cigars.
Holy mackerel. All right, Cloud9, what are you made of? You've got 4 chances. You already impressed us, I would say, with the scoreline to begin with. Right? Was obviously after the first 15, much closer of an affair. Flamey, the first to fall here in round 27, and Kiyoshima's positioned up close. Zeus rounds the corner into the dig. He nearly gets 3, but Simple drops him back. So a 4 versus 2.
One more time.
This is doable for Cloud9. However, Automatic burned out into the open just as Edward gets himself into position. Bomb will not be planted for Catwalk, so Edward has to come join Simple. They know they've already got a player out and close. That is Flusha, and he just found Edward, so it is just Simple. And this is not Cloud9 out of it just yet, folks. That's a 12th for the North American squad. And 3 rounds to go.
It's crazy how competitive NaVi make it look, especially in those low number situations, but they almost pulled back another round they had no business winning. Cloud9 eventually get the 2v1 by the skin of their teeth and are up to 12th, which is really, really good, but it's not going to be quite enough. Simple at 31 kills already, and I feel like he's not even at full power. Saw some great shots from him so far this game, and a couple nice eagle shots in that round from Kiyoshima. Oh my goodness, that was cool. It wasn't a headshot, but it was still cool.
All right, Deagle was deadly that round. Picked up 3 of the frags. Both teams in the full buy meter. Which means they've got enough of the bells and whistles to be considered well equipped. Simple wants to find that first frag towards B, blinded off of his position. Keo gets himself that much closer. And he has been kind of inching his way forward and forward. Started off on bench, then he plays outside of the apartment's door. Now he's up in it.
Yeah, he's adding a lot of variety to the way that he plays the B site, and they're testing him a number of times, so it's good that he's always in a new spot.
Right.
Well, I'll allow him to at least get the first bit of damage in each time. Keo camped out behind the smoke. No teammate close by. The player on Cat is now going to move in, get in front of the execute. But it's a fake. NaVi throwing this entire setup just to bait the CTs into holding that rotation, but the CTs haven't moved. They're dedicated to A.
Got that next follow-up volley of utility. Electronic's going to hold his position in mid. And it comes down to a patience game between him and Electronic. Rush going to take a bit of damage, still hunting for the heads that may emerge from ramp. Sure enough, there's 2 players there, and we've got that insurance policy behind the firebox. Cloud9 going 2 for 2 in the trade frags. All the while, Keo tries to lock down mid, and Flusho will help him. Here comes Valence, denied by Simple, and Keo trades right back. So Flamey to clutch with 10 seconds left. He prioritizes plan, and he's going to come off of this with an AK in hand. Has a flash for his efforts. needs to try to isolate duels, and it's just not going to happen. That is Cloud9 with a 13th and only 2 away now.
Not bad at all. Valens, again, put himself in a very good spot. Positionally has been playing extremely sound, and from the firebox, almost puts together 2 Falmus kills. Simple, I want to say, hits the shot of his life, but it's not the shot of his life. It's not even the shot of the match. It's just a simple shot.
Just a simple shot.
Just a simple shot. What more can you call it?
You know, and this is just to serve as a reminder here, as we're kind of getting into another weird round where not the entirety of NaVi can buy. We stop at 15 rounds apiece.
Yeah,
there is no
OT.
overtime in the opening 5 rounds of the Blast Pro series. So, you know, getting to that 15th isn't like the job is still ahead. That is it. That's all you're shooting for.
Yeah. No, for NaVi, they do not want to let this go to a tie. It would be severely hamper their chances of getting in the final. It's going to be a tight race with FaZe, with Astralis here, with MIBR here, who almost won the last Blast Pro Series, Istanbul, with in a close final versus Astralis. You know, they're a threat as well. And in terms of form, I'm sure all the other top teams right now are going to look at this and think, wow, Cloud9 had 2 subs and you still let it get this close. That's a great sign for us. NaVi are a team that get better throughout the tournament, so we do know that from them. FaZe as well. We don't know how well they're doing at the moment. We will probably switch over to a game if we are not the last ones to still be playing, but this is coming down to the wire, so there's a chance for it.
Yeah, we'll be going to the B stream once this one's done for, as it is getting into those last 2 waning rounds, and it's going to be a simple A execute once more from NaVi, trying to get past the fact that they're only playing with 2 white rifles, one of which is down for the count already, but it's brought back by the Tech 9s. The Rec 9s wreak havoc on the A site. And while we've got shots spamming through the smoke, it's still the 3v3 with bomb down. Any utility that remains here does belong to Cloud9, and it all comes in the form of Valence smoke. We've got 2 kits currently for the CTs to try and retake with, but now that the smokes are gone, this is it. Bomb already halfway tick. Simple with another headshot versus Keo. He nails flush out of the wall, and it all falls on Valence, the coach of all players, to still be alive, and now he's died. It's NaVi, 16-13.